This is Unit 35 of Alif Classical Arabic Audio Program 2. Listen to this conversation.
استمع إلى هذه المحادثة.
You hear,
هل تعرفه؟
you don't know him. And,
رأيته؟
I saw him.
عفواً تشارلز، لكن يجب أن أرحل الآن.
حقاً؟ لماذا؟
يجب أن أذهب إلى المدينة. غداً سأرى زميلي.
أي زميل؟
لا تعرفه. اسمه جاك راندل.
أعرف جاك، رأيته البارحة. استمع إلى هذه المحادثة مرة أخرى.
عفواً تشارلز، لكن يجب أن أرحل الآن.
حقاً؟ لماذا؟
يجب أن أذهب إلى المدينة. غداً سأرى زميلي.
أي زميل؟
لا تعرفه. اسمه جاك راندل.
أعرف جاك، رأيته البارحة.
Now, you and your colleague are in a restaurant in Damascus. When she sees the man she knows, how does she say, "Ah, there's a colleague of mine"?
زميلي هناك.
Can you guess which part of that means colleague?
زميل.
She says, he's going to Aleppo with me tomorrow.
هو ذاهب معي إلى حلب غداً.
اسأل.
What's his name?
ما اسمه؟
Try to ask, which colleague?
أي زميل؟
She tells you, his name is Jack Randall. He's an American.
اسمه جاك راندل. هو أمريكي.
How does she say, a colleague?
زميل.
He likes is the same as he would like. How would you ask if he likes Syria?
هل يحب سوريا؟
She answers, yes, he likes Syria a lot.
نعم، هو يحب سوريا كثيراً.
When it's time to leave, how do you say bye, the new form?
بإذنك.
Now it's the end of another day. A friend asks, what did you do today?
ماذا فعلت اليوم؟
Today, I saw the city with my son.
اليوم رأيت المدينة مع ابني.
Which son?
أي ابن؟
The young one.
الصغير.
Which son? The youngest one?
أي ابن؟ الأصغر؟
Is he here with you?
هل هو معك هنا؟
Yes, my youngest son lives here.
نعم، ابني الأصغر يسكن هنا.
But today, we didn't have much time.
لكن اليوم لم يكن عندنا وقت كثير.
How does she ask you? Have you been to Latakia?
هل ذهبت إلى اللاذقية؟
أجب.
No, I haven't been to Latakia yet.
لا، لم أذهب إلى اللاذقية بعد.
The word for still is the same for yet. Say, I still haven't been to Latakia.
لم أذهب بعد إلى اللاذقية.
She says Latakia isn't a big city.
اللاذقية ليست مدينة كبيرة.
Agree with her. Say, no, Damascus is bigger.
لا، دمشق أكبر.
She tells you that she's been to Latakia many times. Tell her, I haven't had the time yet.
ليس عندي الوقت بعد.
She asks, did you see the old town?
هل رأيت المدينة القديمة؟
She says, Latakia isn't big. Damascus is bigger.
اللاذقية ليست كبيرة. دمشق أكبر.
Say, I have to leave now.
يجب أن أرحل الآن.
You say goodbye to her.
مع السلامة.
How does she say goodbye in response?
حفظك الله.
How do you say, I have to leave, bye?
يجب أن أرحل. بإذنك.
Now, it's another day. You're speaking with your colleague. She says, did you have a lot of work yesterday?
هل كان عندك الكثير من العمل البارحة؟
Yes, I had too much work.
نعم، كان عندي عمل كثير جدا.
You want to say, unfortunately.
آسف.
Literally, this means, I'm sorry.
أنا آسف.
Say, unfortunately, for a man.
آسف.
I still have too much work.
ما زال عندي عمل كثير جدا.
And tomorrow, I have to go to the city.
وغدا يجب أن أذهب إلى المدينة. قل.
Unfortunately, I still have too much work.
أنا آسف. ما زال عندي عمل كثير جدا.
Now say, unfortunately, or I'm sorry for a woman.
أنا آسفة.
She says, I still have a lot of work today, too.
ما زال عندي الكثير من العمل أيضاً.
How does a woman say, I'm sorry, or unfortunately?
آسفة.
Tell her, later I have to go to the city.
فيما بعد يجب أن أذهب إلى المدينة.
I still have a lot of work.
ما زال عندي الكثير من العمل.
Now, your friend asks, do you know Salwa?
هل تعرف سلوى؟
She says, do you know her?
هل تعرفها؟
How does she ask, do you know her?
هل تعرفها؟
Say, yes, I know her.
نعم، أنا أعرفها.
Do you remember how to say, I saw the city?
رأيت المدينة.
Now try to say, I saw him yesterday.
رأيته البارحة.
She says, Ah, you know him.
أنت تعرفه.
قل.
Yes, I know him well.
نعم، أنا أعرفه جيدا.
Say that he's a friend of yours.
هو صديقي.
He lives in Damascus.
هو ساكن في دمشق.
Say again, I saw him yesterday.
رأيته البارحة. قل.
I know him well.
أنا أعرفه جيدا.
But I don't know his wife.
لكن لا أعرف زوجة.
How do you say, his wife?
زوجة.
Try to say, unfortunately, I don't know his wife.
آسف، لا أعرف زوجة.
How would she say, she's Canadian?
هي كندية.
Now say again that you don't know his wife.
لا أعرف زوجة.
Your friend says, she's a friend of mine.
هي صديقتي.
قل.
I think his wife is Canadian.
أعتقد أن زوجه كندية.
I know him, but I don't know his wife.
أعرفه، ولكن لا أعرف زوجه.
She's Canadian.
هي كندية.
Your friend says again, his wife is a friend of mine.
زوجه صديقتي.
Now you want to ask her, do you have time?
هل عندك وقت؟
To have coffee?
لتشربي القهوة؟
In this case, you're using drink to mean have a drink. Say, time to have coffee.
وقتا لتشربي قهوة؟
How do you ask her, do you have time to have coffee?
هل عندك وقتا لتشربي قهوة؟
She answers, yes, I have time.
نعم، عندي وقتا.
But unfortunately, not much time.
لكن آسفة، ليس وقتا كثيرا.
I have to go to the city later.
يجب أن أذهب إلى المدينة فيما بعد.
Referring to a friend, she says, I saw a colleague of mine yesterday.
رأيت زميلي البارحة.
How does she say, his name is Charles?
اسمه تشارلز.
How does she say that she saw him yesterday?
رأيته البارحة.
She asks if you know him.
هل تعرفه؟
أجب. نعم، أعرفه.
I know him well.
أعرفه جيدا.
How would she say his daughter?
ابنته.
Your friend says he's here with his older daughter.
هو هنا مع ابنته الكبرى.
He lives in Washington.
هو ساكن في واشنطن.
But he likes Damascus a lot.
لكنه يحب دمشق كثيرا.
Referring to Charles, she says, his daughter is a friend of mine.
ابنته صديقتي.
We ate at a fish restaurant yesterday.
أكلنا في مطعم سمك البارحة.
I saw him yesterday.
رأيته البارحة.
We spoke Arabic with the waiter.
تحدثنا العربية مع النادل.
His daughter is a friend of mine.
ابنته صديقتي.
Ask her, do you still have time to have coffee?
هل بعد عندك وقتا لتشربي قهوة؟ الآن هي تقول:
Yes, I have the time now.
نعم، عندي وقتا الآن.
Now say, all right, me too.
حسناً، وأنا أيضاً.
At the cafe, she sees the man she knows. She says, there's my colleague.
زميلي هناك.
Now, your colleague says, I also saw him yesterday.
أنا أيضا رأيته البارحة.
His wife is a colleague of mine.
زوجه زميلتي.
She's Canadian.
هي كندية.
Now your friend has to leave. How does she say, bye?
بإذنك.
Now you're talking with a colleague. Ask her if she has time to have tea with you.
هل عندك وقتا لتشربي الشاي معي؟
You go to a cafe. Ask her, what would you like to drink?
ماذا تحبين أن تشربي؟
You say, a glass of tea.
كوبا من الشاي.
Now ask, would you like a glass of tea?
هل تحبين كوبا من الشاي؟
She answers, yes, thank you.
نعم، شكرا.
Now she wants to say, I always drink green tea.
أنا دائما أشرب شايا أخضر.
How would she say green tea, literally, tea green?
شاي أخضر.
She says, I always drink tea.
أنا دائما أشرب الشاي.
Say together, I drink. I'd like to drink.
أنا أشرب. أنا أحب أن أشرب.
How does she say, I always drink green tea?
أنا دائما أشرب شايا أخضر.
She says, I never drink coffee.
أنا لا أشرب قهوة أبدا.
How do you say never in Arabic?
أبدا.
Now here's the word for beer.
بيرة.
قل.
Always.
دائما.
Never.
أبدا.
How does she say that she never drinks beer?
أنا لا أشرب البيرة أبدا.
You say, I want a glass of tea too.
أريد كوبا من الشاي أيضا.
Green tea.
شاي أخضر.
How does your colleague say that she always drinks green tea?
أنا دائما أشرب الشاي الأخضر.
I never drink beer.
لا أشرب بيرة أبدا.
I don't like beer or green tea.
لا أحب البيرة ولا الشاي الأخضر.
She says, I'd like a glass of green tea, please.
أريد كوبا من الشاي الأخضر من فضلك.
Ask where the waiter is.
أين النادل؟
Ask her if she would like to have some red tea
هل تحبين بعض الشاي الأحمر؟
or some green tea.
أو بعض الشاي الأخضر؟
How does she say she never drinks red tea?
أنا لا أشرب الشاي الأحمر أبدا.
How does she say that she always drinks green tea?
أنا دائما أشرب الشاي الأخضر.
You say, you always have green tea.
دائما أشرب الشاي الأخضر.
Say that you never drink red tea.
أنا لا أشرب الشاي الأحمر أبدا.
And I never drink beer.
ولا أشرب البيرة أبدا.
I always drink green tea or coffee.
دائما أشرب الشاي الأخضر أو القهوة.
Now the waiter arrives. Tell him, a glass of green tea, please.
كوبا من الشاي الأخضر من فضلك.
And a glass of red tea.
وكوبا من الشاي الأحمر.
Ask her if she has been to Latakia.
هل ذهبت إلى اللاذقية؟
How does she tell you that no, she hasn't been to Latakia?
لا، لم أذهب إلى اللاذقية.
I still haven't been to Latakia.
لم أذهب بعد إلى اللاذقية.
She says, I'm sorry.
آسفة.
Unfortunately, I have to leave now.
آسفة. يجب أن أرحل الآن.
I have to go to the city.
يجب أن أذهب إلى المدينة.
Referring to a woman, she says, I will see a friend of mine.
سأرى صديقتي.
After you say goodbye, how does she say it in response to you?
حفظك الله.
قل
Bye, the new form.
بإذنك.
This is the end of Unit 35. This audio course works best when done consecutively and on a daily basis. For best results, please continue with the next unit tomorrow. This has been a presentation of Alif Online. Recording copyright 2010. All rights reserved.